What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Jordan here from AFG, coming to you live from Vortex Cards and Games. I'm here with the first place competitor here for today's locals. What's your name?
Jonathan Sauls.
Jonathan Sauls. And what'd you play today?
I played Plunder Brave, as we call it. It's One Piece.
Okay, all right, bet. One Piece. Let's go. Just go ahead and start it off for us.
All right, so the deck's pretty standard as far as the ratios of monsters for the actual archetype. So you have the 3 Whitebeards that allows you to tag out during your opponent's turn for any of their attributes on field of grave. If it's sent from hand to grave or field to grave, it could special summon from deck.
All right.
And it's a tuner, so all of your tuners are 4 stars. Most of your main deck monsters are 4 stars.
Yeah.
Redbeard at 2, it's the same thing as Whitebeard, where it can tag out during your opponent's turn. The only exception is when it's discarded from hand or from field to grave, it will equip to any of your Plunder Patrol cards. You run 2 of them because you don't want to see any more than 2, because it is a kind of sort of brick.
Because it only does it on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I side out 1 when I'm going second.
All right.
The best monster Plunder is the Golden Hairs. This is an absurd card that not only can you, in hand, discard a Plunder to special summon it, then you can get effects like Whitebeard to special. But you can also, while it's in graveyard, discard any card to special summon back to the from the graveyard, and it's a 1.5 card for Blackbeard because you just summon it, link it off to Almirage, reborn it, and go into Blackbeard.
Yeah. All the extension.
Oh yeah, and it's the other 4-star tuner.
Yeah.
You run 3 Bluebeards, extender. It reveals for self to special summon itself. So you can instantly, with these 2, go into rank 4.
Yeah.
When it's discarded or left from the field, you discard 1, draw 1. If it was the other way around, where you draw 1, discard, it would be absurd.
Insane.
Yeah. Can't wait for the reprints coming out and goes from past 2.
Oh yeah, upgrades.
The newest card from Lightning Overdrive is the 3 copies of Black Eyes. You reveal this card, target a Plunder in your graveyard. If you special summon in this card, and if you do, add that card back. So it's recursion, but a lot of people try to, like, DD Crow or Ice Dragon Prisons your target, it will still come out. So you can send your Golden Hair, target this, make your Blackbeard, and you'll have a card for your other monsters to go off on.
Right.
Now, I play 4 field spell cards. One of the best field spells in the game, especially for its archetype. Once per turn, discard any card from your hand, search any Plunder Patrol card. That can be a spell, trap, monster. Then, for every Plunder Patrol in your back row, all your other Plunder Patrol gains 500 attack for each. So you can instantly get your 1k attackers to 4k. And then the last effect is that you can return 1 Plunder Patrol spell or trap to your hand to set this from the graveyard to field. So it's a recursion, and it can bounce your monsters that you need to discard.
Yeah, always recycling it. Never run out of it.
Yeah, this is a mid-range. It can grind the hell out of a lot of cards. The 1 booty, I play this to kind of like help with my bad matchups, like Fluenderies or Virtual World. What you do is, on activation, you can target one of your opponent's face-up monsters, declare an attribute, and then you can, non-targeting, reborn a monster from the graveyard. And what that facilitates, if you're playing against a trap deck, you can make them fire, so you can banish your back rows, monsters for banishing, dark monsters for banishing, or even lights, so you can get a monster negate.
Yeah, it's basically like for the all the Earth and Wind matchups, basically.
Like Earth Machines and whatnot.
Yeah.
Now, we play the most broken engine in the game, and we take full advantage of it. The Brave engine.
Yes.
So, and then the 1 Foolish to help facilitate. Now, what's so good about this deck is that the Plunder Patrols discard for a lot of their effects. So, what you do is that if you have these 2 cards, you set this, or you activate this, send this for cost to search anything, and then you can banish this from grave to get your decks going.
Basically like a +1.
Yes, and then there's been a lot of times where I have this, I'll search this in hand for the Faithful effect, and I have a Whitebeard. You discard a Whitebeard, you go chain 1 Whitebeard, which locks you into Plunder Patrols, and you chain link to this. So you can chain block this, but this will also come out, and you can just go from there. But the one thing a lot of people forget about is the Fateful Adventure card with this deck. With Plunder Patrols is really, really good because there's a line of text that everybody forgets about. Is that once per battle, when a monster is battled that has an equip card, it will not be destroyed. Now, a lot of your monsters equip themselves to other monsters for equip cards. So I've had a lot of people today try to attack over my monster negate to get off the field so they can play, and they don't realize this is on the field protecting my Plunder Patrol cards.
Interesting.
So it's a built-in like pseudo engine for it.
Yeah.
And then the last part is the hand trap ratios. I play around with them a lot. I've been playing around with cutting Ogre, cutting Nib, but in my main board I play 3 Ash, 3 Ghost Bells, 1 Infinite Impermanence. Just because this hits a lot of Despia cards. And we have a few Despias, we have Prank Kids, we have Heroes here as well. Ash is just generic, and an Imperm can help you against your more lock effects, like our Wind Barriers. We have like 3 people here that play Flunderies. So this is just a good set card for going second. The reason why I chose these hand traps is that even if I draw them for 6 card for my going second, they're not dead.
Right.
And I played Nibiru because of my extra deck. I play another card you'll see later on that can really facilitate with Nibiru. And then my last 3 cards are just utilities. You got your Call By for just stopping hand traps, or again, if you're going first, you can set this and interrupt their plays. And then my flex spot, I'm playing 2 Lightning Storms in the main. And it actually helped out a lot today because there's my round 4 was Dynamorphia, and I played this to bait out his Judgment. And I was like, okay, then I can just go off. So this is just honestly a flex spot. You can run 2 more hand traps. You can run droplets and whatnot. It's up to you. But this is what I did.
All right.
My extra deck is pretty standard, to be honest. There's not much from any other list that you might see on YouTube. But you run to 1 Almirage. About most of your main deck plunders are under 15.
Mm-hmm.
So this again, Golden Hair is 1 card. Plunder Patrol, you link it to this, then you link climb. Then you run this card is busted if you can get it going. Honestly, what you do is you set this up. If they have poor zone management, if they put their DPE or Dragoon in the middle or their far left zones, you can abuse this card by just doing a Whitebeard, summon Bluebeard, link into this. Whitebeard would summon your Golden Hair, which has 0 attack, then you swap them. Now the good thing about this too is if they have a DPE, this card cannot be destroyed, or the cards that it points to cannot be destroyed by card effects. So it's going to go through.
Yeah.
And then you just take your monster, you destroy it. Like if you give them Golden Hair, you switch DPE to attack mode, run into the Golden Hair, they take 20 some odd damage. Then you discard for Golden Hair, reborn it, and then link off their DP so they don't even get the float effect.
Nice.
So this is a flex spot. I prefer it. A lot of people play like Abyss Roller or something like that. I don't really play the Link package where you see like Phoenix, Unicorn, or Access Code. Dragite. It's a generic 8-star. You only need waters in your graveyard to negate a spell or trap once per turn. And when I was running Nib, I would gamble on the bounce effect, which you mill 5. But this card today was good against heroes, where I could just negate their fusion cards and they can't play.
Yeah.
And it's 3K, so if you just need to run over...
Just a big body. Yeah.
Well, I mostly time make this to just run over Dragoon if I can proc his negate in hand. White or Whale's next one. This is the boss destroy time killer because again, generic 8. When it's Synchro summon, you can lightning storm their monsters. So anything in attack mode gets destroyed. It has piercing damage. You can attack your opponent's monsters twice. And the thing is, if it's destroyed by card effect or battle, you can banish 2 water monsters to reborn it. So it can just make itself a wall too.
Yeah.
The other effect where it comes up as reborn as a tuner doesn't really come up. And then to supplement the Brave engine, you could play the Shark Toad. because honestly, there's been times where I've done Token, Griffin, Toad. You detach the golden hair, you reborn it, link it with this to make a Blackbeard. And you have Blackbeard, which you can tag out to draw a card. You have 2 Omni Gates. This one tributes for cost and allows you to get one of your Plunder Patrols back to your hand. There's been rare occasions where I know where they can't kill my Bahamut Shark, so I'll take this back to my extra deck and redo it my next turn. And this is also good for if they play Maximus, you can send Toad, it will revive itself.
Yeah, it's pretty spicy.
Yeah. And then, of course, you play the 3 Blackbeard, which is
standard.
the best card.
Standard.
A generic, it only takes 1 Plunder Patrol and then any other monster. Quick effect. You can tag out for any of the extra deck ships to their attributes on the field or grave, draw a card.
Yeah.
So all the thing that a lot of people don't understand is Plunder Patrol's extra deck monsters are ashable because they add for resolve, and it's optional add, but it still gets ashed. But this thing, you can do so much stuff to get card advantage and just push. 2 of the Exceed Morix, if they have a dark, you can make this with the Blackbeard. If it has an equip card to it is a quick effect, you can discard 1 Plunder Patrol, target an effect monster, and to banish it. It doesn't destroy, it banishes it. And then you search a spell or trap Plunder Patrol. So it replaces the discard. And if you discard the right card, like Whitebeard, you get a plus off of it. Now, if you hard make this with 2 level 4s, it has a Dingersu effect where you can detach a material to protect any of your Plunder Patrols when you get destroyed, and that's spell, trap, or monsters. 3 of the Lisp fusion. You can hard make this with the built-in, but I don't really do, because the Faithful Adventure baits out any ogres, and your other monsters bait out Valors, so it's a light target. Now, the good thing about this is it's a quick effect no matter if it has an equipped card to it. And what it does is negates the monster's effect and destroys it. And if you destroy it while it has an equipped card on it, you can search any Plunder Patrol card from your deck. And the good thing about this is that once per turn during the main phase, you can special summon a Plunder Patrol from your spell or trap to the monster zone. So you can, during main phase 2, before the end, you can special summon your Blackbeard back and just tag out for another draw card. And then the last one, which I did not even use today, is my Brawn, which is the Synchro 8. You can hard make this as well. You discard a Plunder Patrol, target a spell or trap. It doesn't have to be face up or face down. You banish it, and then you add a monster Plunder Patrol from your deck. The other effect is it gives all other fiends 500 attack. So it doesn't give itself, but it gives others. And when I was running Kaijus, it would put the Dark Fiend up to 31 something.
Yeah, everything boosts pretty fast.
Oh yeah,
deck, especially with the field spell.
Yeah, there's been times where I've run into like 13,000 damage on my board with full protection. Now in the side deck, it supplements more going against back row, because that's my hardest thing, is just going against back row. And my hardest matchup is full under ease. As you can see, I'll run 3 Artifact Lancias just to stop full under ease. But this does hurt yourself if you do it during your turn while you have any of your
ships.
Yeah, because they have to banish, they don't destroy. So if you do this after you do your ship effect. Harpy's Feather Duster, you have the Cosmic Cyclone, and you have your 2 of them. And that takes care of like any like recursion back row, stops the anti-destruction. It's just good against Eldritch, but honestly, like I rarely run this in locals. Triple Tactics Talon is amazing right now because of Despia or DPE. If they pop your stuff, you take it, or if they Despia and make Chimera, you just take it, draw 2, or you get rid of a card that you recur. So I typically, like when I'm going second, I'll side in 2 of these and 2 of another card and take out like 1 Enchantress, 1 Rights, 1 Redbeard, and another the booty, just to have some flexibility. Forbidden Droplets is pretty good with this deck as well, because if they're threatening any of your back row, you can just send it for droplets. Like, and that's the thing, the monsters that equipped are monsters, so they can negate monster effects. Then we have the Solemn Judgments. Again, going second, you hate to see droplets or Dark Ruler no more, so this is why it's here. But my Game 3 MVP today was Red Reboot. My round 4 was against Dynamorphia. We went to Game 3, and he went to go. I was bricking up until like turn 4, and then I drew into right, and I was able to push through. And he went to go activate a trap, and I just Red Reboot him, and he couldn't do anything. Same thing with against Fluunderies. It stops their trap from going off. You also have against Eldritch or anything that is problematic that is anti-back row. And whatever they set, you just go into your Synchro ship and just banish it, so they get a neg off of it.
Right. So you went undefeated. What were your matchups again?
Round 1 was against a Neo Fusion hero deck. 2-0'd them. Round 2 was against Despia. 2-0'd them. Just out-grinded their advantage. Round 3 was against Kevin, which you'll see on the channel. He's been playing around with ratios, and I help him a lot with his ratios. 2-0'd him. He just bricked extreme hard.
Yeah.
And then again, round 4 was against Dynamorphia. That was 2-1.
Dynamorphia. Okay. Round 4. Wow.
Yeah, he was playing. He went. I played down to X1, and like game 1, if you establish control against that, you just basically stop their back row. Game 2, he just had judgments for my lightning storm, so he kind of grew from that. And in game 3, the Red Reboot just destroyed him.
Game ender. Well, all right, John. Well, thank you for showing off the deck today, and we'll be having more content posted soon, and maybe even a Plunder Patrol playmat. Who knows? But thanks for doing the profile, John, and see you later.
See you, man.